Welcome to part 2 of your Sage 50 project. In this part, we are still on handout 1, and I want to turn your attention to instructions right at the top of the second page of that handout. We're finished. In the last part, we talked about the requirements for the project and we went over the marking rubric. Right now, I turn your attention to the instructions for the project. Now, you are a new bookkeeper in a company that's called CG Wedding Planning Services. Now, Wedding Planning Services is a company that offers wedding services. So it hires out equipment and it does consultations for people who are planning to wed. Before we begin, let's figure out how you will save your documents. To do this, I want you to create a folder on your desktop. Name the folder CG Wedding Planning Services. Now, it is in this folder that you will save step 1 of your work. Step 1 is the step that we're going to do immediately after this. So I will give you some time to go and create a folder on your desktop. Then I will proceed. Now, once we complete step 1, which is using Simply Accounting, create a new company file using the following information, we will save that on the folder that you have just created. We will then copy the whole folder onto a flash drive, and then we will restart Sage again based on the information on your flash drive. And so going forward, you'll be working off your flash drive. Very good. Assuming that you have successfully created the folder called CG Wedding Planning Services on your desktop, I would like you to now go and open Sage 50. So you should be able to see on your screen, I am going to open my Sage 50. I am going to start window and I'm browsing until I find where my Sage is saved, and then I open Sage 50 Premium Accounting. That's what I have. And then I will go into the file that has the blue streak across it on a white background that is written Sage 50 Premium Accounting. That is where my Sage 50 is. I'm just giving it some time to start up, and we should see it coming up on the screen shortly. I see it. There it is. So this is what you should be able to see. I'm now going to ask you to follow the instructions that are given in this document here. And so here it says that create a new company, and this is the information. So I will go bring up Sage and go create. So here it offers me options. Welcome to Sage 50. What do you wish to do? Open a sample company, create a new company, restore from backup, select an existing company, open the last company you worked on. So I will say that I want to create a new company. So say okay. Welcome to the new company setup wizard. So this takes you to a wizard. This wizard will help you set up your company quickly and easily. So just say next. And now it's asking us to put in the information that we are given here for our company. So I'm going to just make sure that I've got that up there so I can still read my document. To make it even better, I may even change the view of my document so that it gives me a bit more space on the screen. so I can share my screen between the instructions and putting this into Sage. So there I am sharing my screen. The name of the company is CG, so go ahead and put this information into Sage, Wedding Planning Services. The address is 33 Capricorn Street. City is Edmonton, Alberta. Postal code T5J 2Y2 in Canada. The phone number is 0. Now if you tab, Sage will tidy that up for you. So don't worry about the formatting of the phone number. It will be done by the computer. We don't have a second phone number. We have been given a fax number, so we'll put that in. And then if you just tap that through, it will be tidied up for you. Once we finish that, I want you to click next, and this takes us to put in our fiscal start and end date. So the fiscal year start is 1 July 2016. So it's month, day, year format. So the month is July 07 01 2016. The earliest transaction should be at the start of the fiscal year, and the fiscal year end date is the last day of the year. So that will be 31 December 2016. 31 December 2016. So make sure that you change that date to 2016 because it's defaulting to 2017. Double check your entries that you've got the correct dates in there. So 1 July is the fiscal year start date. 31 December is the fiscal year end date. The earliest transaction is on 1 July. Next. Accounts are used to organize and report accounting information. Choose how you want your list of accounts to be created. After your company is created, you can easily add more accounts, remove accounts you don't need, or modify accounts on the list. So what we would want is to build our own list of accounts. So we don't want to have Sage 50 create a list of accounts for us based on our business type. We don't want to have Sage 50 create a list of accounts from an export file. We want to build our own list of accounts. So just select, let me build the list of accounts myself after the company is created. So do select the third option. Next. And of course, it tells you that if you create your own list of accounts, it requires a bit of effort on your part. You're doing it manually and so on. And we're quite happy to do that. So do you want to continue and create your own list of accounts after creating your company? Say yes. They do, however, want us to select the type of industry we are in. And this normally helps in terms of the options that you have after now. We are a wedding planning services company, so we are a service company. So do select service as the type of industry the company is in. Enter the name of the company. So enter the name of the company file. Now we want the name of the company file to be CG Wedding Planning Services, and I want you to just put a dash in there and put your first name and surname. That way, when you print out your financial transactions or export them into Excel, they will always have your name next to the name of the company. So that way I can identify this is your own work from a company that you have created. So this way I can distinguish your submission from that of another student. And the next, enter the location where you will like to store the company file. Now for this, I want you to browse. The default is on C drive, and this is fine. Remember how I opened a folder on the desktop? You would have done the same. I want you to browse to the folder that you have on your desktop. So I saved mine as eCampus CG Wedding Planning Services because I do have a face-to-face class, and I went through this with them as well. So I have a file already existing that is called CG Wedding Planning Services. So to distinguish that from your file that I'm working through with you online, I have named mine eCampus CG Wedding Planning Services. So I navigate to that, and that is where I will put my company file. Say next, and then finish. And so now Sage is creating my company file in that folder that I created on desktop. It will take a couple of minutes. So I'm going to stop this video at this stage. And as for you, I just want you to allow Sage to create. It will take, as I said, a few minutes, and then I'll come back again in the next part, and we'll continue from there.